Forsberg's asking me, would you ever say this place is in Maston? I mean, I guess it is.
Technically, yeah. Kenilworth. So are you you Augusta?
For the second half, we're tied at 1 between FC Buffalo and AFC Cleveland here at Dembski Sports Complex. Again, I'm Ben Sujimoto, joined by Russ Andolina here on WNYmedia.net. Russ, impressions starting the second half?
Even contest. You had two teams where possession was about even. No one really set a totally consistent tempo. It was kind of back and forth, and both goals coming off of set pieces. So you're gonna look for a guy like Russ Cicerone to really put their stamp on the game in the second half and be the difference that FC Buffalo wants him to be, or Cleveland might come out of here with an away win.
Looks like one change and a strategic change for FC Buffalo. Chris Berardi, the Canisius soon-to-be senior, I believe, comes on for FC Buffalo, taking off Martin Fimawali. Ian Mort is now the target striker up top. Berardi slides in at the right midfield position.
Yeah, Mort's work rate, really impressive, and going up top, that might be a good idea to generate some space and opportunities for Cicerone or Hansen.
For Martin Fimawali, that's Berardi for Fimawali.
Fimawali, not as strong of a performance today as he had against Erie on Friday. Again, he's dealing with some pretty big center backs with Sikic and Dan O'Callahan. So
a quick turnaround time. Only 48 hours since that game. These are again younger guys, and they might need that recovery period to really be effective.
Long throw from Adam Mitchell, headed into the air by Brian Knapp. Bobby Ross gets a knee on it. Doesn't quite clear the zone. O'Callahan heads back in. Liam Callahan of FC Buffalo clears away. A little over 2 minutes into the second half. Well, in towards Tagaloa, O'Callahan wins it, cleared away by Callahan of Buffalo. Errant clearance from Bobby Ross means it's going to be a deep throw for AFC Cleveland. AFC Cleveland, the visitors, wearing white, black numbers, black shorts, white socks. FC Buffalo, the home side, their first ever game here at Dembski Sports Complex, wearing blue and yellow. Chris Berardi tries to flick the ball forward. He is pulled down, however, by Nick Perianos, I believe. Waleed Cassis steps out of his 18-yard box to take the free kick. Ball high for Berardi. Berardi's going to have a tough time winning that ball. Tommy Beck wins it, but Moraldo keeps the ball in play, plays the ball back to Brian Knapp. Here's Tagaloa, lets the ball run. Manfoot scoops the ball out of pressure, now sprinting forward, plays the ball to Vinny Bell. Vinny Bell's pass in the direction of Mitchell is picked off by Tyler Allen. Good positioning from the left back of FC Buffalo. And then he promptly gives the ball away.
Yeah, tough ball to control for Hansen there.
Sikic to Vinny Bell. Looks to have brought the ball down with his hand, but Bobby Ross wins it anyhow. Cicerone keeps possession, finds Ian Mort, plays back to Cicerone. Cicerone dribbling at the defense. Picks his head up, tries to split two. O'Callahan wins it pretty easily.
Hansen screaming in frustration that Cicerone didn't pick him out on that streaking run down the left there.
Semple plays in the direction of Fairley, who misses the header pretty badly. Brian Knapp back to Moraldo. Moraldo tries to feint away from pressure, but Fairley wins it. Moraldo closes it again. It's Vinny Bell one-on-one in a foot race with Bobby Ross, but Ross will shield it out of bounds for a goal kick.
Again, the FC Buffalo defense, especially Bobby Ross and the central defenders, really stepping up and really trying to key those attacks high up the field for Buffalo. It's a strategy that could pay off, but you got to be aware of your surroundings and not to be caught too far out of position.
You can see FC Buffalo generating chances in this half. It seems like Dan O'Callahan, the Cleveland center back, is moving forward liberally on all set pieces and other opportunities when he can get forward, and that's a chance when FC Buffalo can counter. Semple out of his net. Brian Knapp gets a nice hand to it to bring it down. No call. There's Ian Moore, spins away from pressure, but right into TJ Welch. Good battle on the right side. No foul. It's a throw for FC Buffalo. Ross throws to Cicerone. Cicerone Sprints past Manfoot, has a crack at goal. It's off the crossbar. A brilliant strike by Russ Cicerone. Hits the woodwork and down and is cleared away by Cleveland. There's a moment of magic that we've almost grown accustomed to already from Russ Cicerone.
Yeah, he can pull the trigger from anywhere, and Cleveland ceded that space to him, and he nearly made him pay.
Here's a counter for Cleveland. Down the touchline, Welch tries to play it across. Excuse me, Fairley, not Welch. Ball is out for a corner kick.
2 crossbars for FC Buffalo in one game.
Cicerone dribbled so quickly around Manfoot that you wouldn't think Manfoot was as quick as he was, but Cicerone's first step and very decisive in putting the ball into an open area and just cracking it on goal. Semple didn't move.
Yeah, it's Manfoot's probably not the guy you want back marking Cicerone in that scenario, but luckily for Cleveland, it hit the woodwork.
Manfoot's corner headed away by Moraldo, out for a throw-in for Cleveland. Just maybe 10 yards away from where the corner kick was. '52nd minute, 7 minutes into the second half. Tied at 1 right now between FC Buffalo and AFC Cleveland. Here's Mitchell's deep throw. Headed away by Hansen. A strike by Manfoot. It goes well wide, but a good hit by Manfoot just outside the D on top of the 18.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Ben, that's just about where Cicerone hit his goal yesterday, isn't it?
On Friday, yes.
Yep. Oh my. This is going to be the running joke for the season.
Yep. Russ learning his days of the week.
Yes.
Cassis' free kick high into the air. Tagaloa gets a piece. Briefly, he's a little disoriented. Good early ball from Cicerone. Cicerone, Mort tries to flick the ball back. Now Hansen has space on the wing. Tyler Allen overlapping. Hansen plays Tyler Allen. Allen sends the ball across, blocked by O'Callahan. Out for a corner kick for FC Buffalo. First dangerous set piece of the half coming up for the Blitzers.
Was that Manfoot taking out Cicerone? Exchanged handshakes at the end there, so I'm guessing it was.
Sean Sikic picks up a yellow card.
Maybe, yeah, it might have been Simic.
Yellow card shows number 5, Sean Sikic.
Saw a blur of white and then Cicerone on the ground in a crumpled heap.
That'll be a familiar sight this year, I think.
Yeah.
He's pretty durable, though. He didn't miss much time in the UB season, and for a guy who spends more time on the ground than his feet, it seems.
7 games played, 7 games started, 2 goals, 1 assist with the UB Bulls.
Ball into the box. Mort can't get ahead to it. Manfoot tracks it down, and Bobby Ross shields him all out, but it looks like it's going to be a Cleveland throw-in.
Nope,
it's given to FC Buffalo. All right.
So the linesman had to think about that one.
Here's Moraldo on the right. A good one-on-one duel with Tommy Beck. Keeps the ball in. Ball still stays in play. Now it's out for a Cleveland throw-in. Vinny Bell sneaks around Bobby Ross. Bobby Ross wraps his foot around, hits the ball off Vinny Bell's leg and out of bounds. A throw-in for FC Buffalo. Nicely done by Bobby Ross, who's probably been the man of the match so far for FC Buffalo.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair with the goal. Absolutely.
He's got his hands full, too, with Vinny Bell.
That's right. Yeah.
One of the premier, if not the premier striker in the NPSL. A guy who he scored in the Cleveland's opening match against Fort Pitt with only a couple minutes remaining just to draw that game level and get a point from it. But he's the guy that Cleveland's offense runs through, especially with Tommy Schmidt in Westfield. He's in Westfield now, as I confirmed at halftime.
Which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is now the Indiana Fire, I believe.
Oh, they've changed their name?
Yeah, they have a MLS affiliation with the Chicago Fire.
Ah.
I just found that out last night, so.
Dangerous ball played forward. Liam Callahan heads back to Cassis. Here's Tyler Allen. Turns Manfoot, keeps the ball in play. DeMarcus Hansen's feet. The flag goes up. Ruled out of play.
Wow.
Sikic throws it in quickly. Vinny Bell square to Perianis. Perianis overruns it. Nico Tagaloa going the other way now. Has Berardi to his right. keeps possession himself, plays Berardi. Berardi maneuvers away from pressure, plays the ball square to Brian Knapp. He's got Hansen on the left wing now. Plays him, overlapping run by Tyler Allen. Hansen picks his head up, finds Cicerone at the top of the box. Cicerone square ball to Berardi. Sees Tagovailoa, tries to poke it through. Intercepted by Chris Fairley, and Cleveland comes away with it. Antonio Manfoot wide open on the right side. The ball's played to him. Can he track it down? Liam Callahan chases him down. Ball played high across the area. Errant. Knapp heads away, but it looks like Vinny Bell is going to be the first to it. Sean Sikic plays Vinny Bell, who's lying pretty deep again. Sikic plays TJ Welch, who lets it run. Tommy Beck plays square. Here's Chris Fairley on the left wing with room to attack Kyle Moraldo. Here's a left-footed drive into the box. Goes through Mitchell's legs. The tough ball to hit for Mitchell, but here's Manfoot, top of the box, has a crack, blocked by Bobby Ross. Here's Sikic forward now. Sikic cuts inside, tackled away by Brian Knapp, who goes to the ground on a nice sliding tackle. O'Callahan one-on-one with Ian Mort, keeps possession. Callahan plays the ball forward for Cicerone. Cicerone almost gets past Zach Martin, but Zach Martin gets a knee to it now to play. Quick throw in from Cicerone. Cicerone finds Knapp, who finds Tagovailoa. Tagovailoa plays the ball square. Marcus Hansen, dangerous area, rolls it back. Plays Brian Knapp. Knapp wide for Mort. FC Buffalo slowly getting some numbers forward. Mort chips into the box, headed away easily by Zach Martin. Here's Manfoot now on the right wing, plays the ball towards Vinny Bell. A foot race against Liam Callahan. Vinny Bell gives up on it, and the ball goes out of play for a goal kick for FC Buffalo. 58th minute, we are still deadlocked at 1.
Yeah, I was looking for the score of the Lansing United Westfield game last night, and searching for Westfield Select, and I saw that Lansing was playing some team called the Indiana Fire, which doing some research turned out to be the Westfield Select club. So now going forward, unless there's been some mix-up, that is the name of the new club in the division this year, Indiana Fire.
Huh. Breaking news from Russ Andolina.
Yes.
Westfield was in Indiana, so it seems like it makes sense.
It
correct?
would make sense. Yes.
And by was, I mean it still is in Indiana.
Yes,
it has
correct.
not gone anywhere.
It has not moved, not to our knowledge.
Brian Knapp close to midfield. Sneaks past a Cleveland substitute. That's Riley Grant in the game for Cleveland. Trying to take a look at who he's replaced. It looks like Matt Perianis is the one who's now out of the match. Mikey McLaughlin, too, a guy who re-signed with Cleveland, is back in the game. So two new center mids for Cleveland, trying to get a little more possession or athleticism, one of the two. We'll see which kind of traits they provide, but two new faces in the Cleveland lineup now.
Plenty of athleticism on the field right now. I think both sides are looking for possession. A lot of stray and errant passes, a lot of long balls not being tracked down. The cohesion really isn't there for a prolonged sequence where you can string a few passes together and maybe get a shot on target. Still a little bit disjointed. Could be early in the season cohesion issues, but whatever team can really put their stamp on possession might be able to pull out the win here.
The two substitutes for Cleveland are Mikey McLaughlin's on, number 26 in white, and also number 4, Riley Grant in white. The two guys off for Cleveland, TJ Welch, number 20, and number 11, Nick Perianis. Very quiet day for Perianis. He's a guy who plays for Marquette, who I was interested in seeing what he'd bring to the table, and he had a pretty quiet game in his 59 minutes of action. Here's Ian Mort cutting inside. Tried to see Marcus Hansen checking. No luck. McLaughlin plays the ball away. Intercepted by Daniel Hunt, who's on for the first time for FC Buffalo. Won by Hansen. O'Callahan pokes it from him. Riley Grant's after it. Riley Grant spins away from pressure. Splits two defensively. He's got some pretty good speed. A good tackle by Tagovailoa, however. Liam Callahan keeps possession, finds Tagovailoa. Tagovailoa picks his head up. Dribbles upfield. We'll switch to Hunt now. Daniel Hunt on the right side. Looks like he's playing it right back. Hunt scored in his FC Buffalo debut on Friday night in Erie. Did you hear Nick?
No.
Tyler Allen picks out Cicerone in the middle. Cicerone dribbling at McLaughlin, now horizontally to the right. Daniel Hunt, Brian Knapp now lying on the right. Hunt to Cicerone. Cicerone away from pressure. His touch eludes him, however. Now Riley Grant headed in the other direction. He's got speed to burn, but Tyler Allen's chasing him down pretty well. No one stepping up to Grant. Grant with a drive is parried away by Waleed Cassis, but no one stepped up in the back line for Riley Grant. He had a go at net. Well done by Cassis to poke that ball away. Corner kick upcoming. There's some confusion on who's going to take it.
I don't believe that child's on either team.
It's going to be Chris Fairley. In-swinging corner kick. Plays it short. There's Manfoot. Dangerous ball that's somewhere between a cross and a shot that ends up going out of play. Couldn't make up his mind on that one, Russ.
A Schrott?
Regardless, 62nd minute, 1-1. Not a lot of great chances in the second half. The best one probably off the foot of Russ Cicerone, the strike that hit the crossbar.
Yeah, Cicerone getting a few looks, but a couple errant touches you're not accustomed to seeing from him.
A second giveaway by Cassis almost caused problems, but fortunately FC Buffalo's two defensive center mids returned and at least got a piece of the ball to not have a clear shot with Cassis out of net.
Ben, you are on hand and Erie to see the first performance from this FC Buffalo team. Do you think there's a little bit of tired legs out there, or is this about what you saw out in Pennsylvania?
I was expecting to see the 11 change pretty significantly today, especially with more players available and it being at home. But seeing it field, a great save by Waleed Cassis after Vinny Bell turned on Bobby Ross and had a shot at goal. That's Cleveland's best chance of the half right there. Vinny Bell using his body wisely to shield off Bobby Ross, turned the ball and hit the ball low at Cassis. Cassis did well to push it away, and while giving up a rebound, it was able to be cleared out for FC Buffalo. Scary moment, though, in the FC Buffalo back line that could have swung this game in the Royals' favor. But back to answering your question, Russ, I was expecting more players to be involved for FC Buffalo, and I know they're waiting for some guys to come back. They're waiting for Andrew Bednarski, who apparently has gained some strength and is faster than before, and he'll definitely be an asset to FC Buffalo. Jake Reno and Cornell's school year goes a little bit longer. He's yet to come back. Kendall McFadden's still working on figuring out those player availability issues with Rochester. So those are three guys who are starters, and Chris Walter as well, a fan favorite,
right,
and a guy who they weren't sure if was going to come back this year, but it turns out he is. And when he's done with a semester at Hartwick, we'll see him pretty soon.
It's a lot of experience and a lot of depth,
and it's theoretically 4 starters too. So
right.
Cicerone tries to spin away on the right wing, no luck, but his persistence allows him to keep the ball in play. Wins it to Ian Mort. Ian Mort on Zach Martin. Ian Mort tries to spin away. The ball's knocked out of play for an FC Buffalo throw-in. Deep throw-in from Knapp. Semple off his line. Manfoot is the first to it. Cicerone tries to have a crack at goal. It's blocked. Fairley wins from Hunt. Hunt recovers nicely. Bobby Ross keeps the ball in play, swings it forward, finds Cicerone. Cicerone brings it down nicely to Brian Knapp. Chris Berardi streaking down the middle. It's not played. Ian Mort plays back to Brian Knapp. Here's Mort again. Riley Grant recovers, plays the ball out of play for a corner kick. Nice little interplay there between a couple FC Buffalo blitzers.
Corner kick, FC Buffalo.
The FC Buffalo substitution we saw a little while ago was Kyle Moraldo going out and then Daniel Hunt replacing him. Daniel Hunt's another St. Lawrence guy, I believe. Correct, yes. From South Glastonbury, Connecticut. Tyler Allen with this free kick right at Semple, who pokes it away. There's Brian Knapp. clings a volley that goes just wide of Spencer Semple. A good hit from 25 yards by Ryan Knapp.
That shot had eyes.
Alfred University standout Jeff Thomas warming up on the FC Buffalo sideline. I expect him to come in the game within the next probably 10 minutes or so.
Fans have a real good time with their friends at Batavia Downs Gaming and Western Regional OTB. Will California Chrome get the Triple Crown? Find out while enjoying food and drinks at Thurman Thomas's 34 Rush.
I've yet to go to Thurman Thomas's restaurant. Rush.
Yeah, me neither. Not in Batavia too much.
Yeah. Throw in for FC Buffalo just shy of midfield. Brian Knapp, whose arms must be getting tired at this point, heaves the ball in the direction of Chris Berardi. One-on-one with Zach Martin. Hooks the ball past him, sends the ball across, and wins a corner kick. Nicely done by the Canisius Griff, who's probably quite familiar with this field after all. Berardi, another local high school guy too, went to Clarence High School.
Corner kick FC Buffalo.
He's high school teammates and college teammates with Derek Mayer, who's had at least trained with FC Buffalo in the past. Ryan Schrain is another one of those guys, the Clarence Triumvirate, I guess.
The Triumvirate. Bobby Ross floating around the far post. Looking for another goal here.
Ball in swinger from Tyler Allen. A good ball to the back post. Headed away by Tommy Beck. A very acrobatic kick there by Vinny Bell. But couldn't save it. It appears to be another Cicerone corner.
Seems like a war of attrition at this point. Just keeping the ball within a certain segment of the field, trying to get these set pieces.
You get a feeling that the go-ahead goal in this game will be scored on a header off a set piece.
Definitely.
Cicerone swings the ball in low. He had a hard time getting his corners up against Erie as well. Beautiful back here ball with Ryan Knapp. Cicerone sneaks inside, loses the ball off his feet. Riley Grant wins it and pokes the ball away. Man-foot and Grant. Grant calls for the ball. Ball's played past him. Grant shoulder to shoulder with Tyler Allen. Grant slices inside, beats Allen cleanly on his left foot, shoots it wide. Couldn't get his stride quite right there by Riley Grant, but Riley Grant has come on and made a real impact on this game for AFC Cleveland.
Yeah, a lot of pace, and Buffalo's giving away these opportunities a little bit too cheaply. Riley Grant just cutting in there, really skinning the FC Buffalo defense, and not much of a challenge put in. Granted, you don't want to give up a lot of free kicks in that area or the potential penalty, but really went in unchallenged there.
Sean Sikic has been subbed out in favor of an attacker, it appears, number 15, Smart Asadalor, who we may be familiar with from his days with Zanesville FC.
Yes.
Zanesville didn't exactly have the strongest debut last year, so Asadalor, who was playing in a defensive role, now appears to be playing a little higher up the pitch here for Cleveland. Grant brings the ball down nicely, turns to his left, tries to pick out Chris Fairley, but too far away. Jeff Thomas is ready to enter the game for FC Buffalo. He will take out Marcus Hansen. Another decent day for Hansen.
Yeah, active. Made some good runs. Unfortunately, couldn't combine too well with Cicerone like they did on Friday. But I'm sure we'll see much more of the UB product as the season progresses.
Jeff Thomas should bring the same kind of impact that Riley Grant just brought for Cleveland. He's a guy whose work rate is really high, has long legs, is not the smoothest looking player, but is effective. He scored a goal last year, an important goal, on a slicing run into the box. He's a box-to-box player who's good athleticism and somebody from a small school like Alfred University that you wouldn't expect to be producing a lot of high-quality soccer players, but Thomas is a pretty underrated player. Berardi with a steal, tries to cut back, wins a foul.
Good area.
Cicerone demands this one. Daniel Hunt with a good run down the wing. Cicerone and Mort don't see him.
Both teams have done a fairly decent job of keeping the fouls out towards the sideline, not so much in the center channel like you're seeing here. So good opportunity for Buffalo.
Free kick here in the 71st minute. Again, it's tied 1-1 between FC Buffalo and AFC Cleveland. Cicerone swinging free kick into the box towards Mort. Mort gets ahead to it. Scramble in the box. Balls. Jeff Thomas gets a piece, and it's cleared away by Semple.
Third crossbar. I think that caught a bit of the crossbar as it was going out. Looks like they have a corner here.
A good flick by Mort over the onrushing Semple. Had 3 Cleveland defenders on the goal line trying to keep the ball out, and they managed to. And Jeff Thomas found himself in a good place on his first touch, but he couldn't beat the 3 defenders and a retreating Semple. Here's Cicerone's corner kick, Vinny Bell away with it. This is trouble here. Liam Callahan steps forward, wins a tough tackle.
Had to be
from
sure
Vinny
there.
Bell. Great ball wide. Callahan finds Cicerone. Cicerone, one-on-one, tries to beat off the dribble. But another corner kick upcoming for Cicerone.
You know, it seems like he's having a quiet day, but, you know, given the assist on the corner and, you know, just drawing corners like these, drawing plays like these, taking a man on, you're really seeing the impact of Russell Cicerone.
He hasn't quite had the 1v1 success, I think, that we saw him have against Erie, but I credit Cleveland's defense because they're doing actually a pretty decent job in keeping Cicerone at bay. Here's his driven cross. That's a good one. Bobby Ross heads it straight down. Semple can't handle it. Brian Knapp swings his leg wildly. Ball's away now. 3-on-2 if Cleveland hurries. Great touch by Riley Grant around Liam Callahan. Grant plays the ball square towards Manfoot. Manfoot, a bunch of retreating FC Buffalo players, and Manfoot strikes the ball well wide.
Yeah, he'll want that one back.
Another good counterattack, though, by Riley Grant. Riley Grant is a dangerous player right now for AFC Cleveland.
Ton of pace.
Looks like he's got a bit of a fade haircut, too, which I can appreciate.
Yeah, the high inside, I like it. That's back. Everything that's old is new again.
Yep. I believe the word is vintage, I think.
Who was the older brother's friend on Family Matters? That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, we're gonna need the audience to tweet us that one.
Please tweet us. #Family Matters.
73rd minute, free kick upcoming for AFC Cleveland. The Royals, in their second game of the year, their second road game of the year. They got a point in their first one against Fort Pitt. FC Buffalo's first home game and second game of the year, they beat Erie in their opener pretty soundly.
And historic win, first Buffalo away win at Erie ever.
True. Second FC Buffalo win against Erie ever.
Yes.
It's Fairley's ball, driven delicately into the box, headed off the post by Vinny Bell. Manfoot in the touchline. Bobby Ross wins it from him. Ross plays the ball to Mort. Mort down the line, plays Jeff Thomas. Jeff Thomas, short ball to Tagaloa. Tagaloa to start the attack. Plays the ball deep for Berardi. Berardi and Cicerone keeps the ball in play nicely away from Asadalor.
And the woodwork doing favors for both sides today.
Giveaway by Daniel Hunt. Riley Grant keeps it, finds Asadalor. Asadalor picks his head up. One well by Brian Knapp, who clips the ball forward, too far for Jeff Thomas. O'Callahan pleads for a foul, still pleading for a foul. Doesn't get it, throw-in from Brian Knapp. Plays it back to Liam Callahan. Callahan short ball to Knapp. Knapp to Tyler Allen on the left wing. Tyler Allen, good early ball into the box. Flicked away from danger by Tommy Beck, who's had a nice game for Cleveland.
Approaching the last 15 minutes of the game here. Some good looks on both sides of the ball for Cleveland and Buffalo. Got to think there's going to be some mistake made on either end of the field.
A nervy moment down at the other end when Vinny Bell hit the post on his header. A delicate ball from Chris Fairley went right over Bobby Ross's head, found Vinny Bell's, and then Waleed Cassis was left dead to rights, and Bell's header right off the woodwork. Bell wins the header again here. Asadalor tries to clear it. It hits Daniel Hunt, and it appears like it was a handball on Hunt.
FC Buffalo has to be up around 6 or 7 corners, I believe, for the game. And, they're getting the balls in. There's a lot of good plate and crosses, but they're not having much luck with the second balls.
Terrific shield from Tyler Allen there to keep Manfoot away from the ball. Good stuff from Tyler Allen. Early throw into Jeff Thomas. Jeff Thomas, good first touch, pokes away from trouble. Tyler Allen loses it, however. Here's Riley Grant. Grant Manfoot. Here's that Sodelor. Sodelor back, Zach Martin. Manfoot doesn't even look forward. Mikey McLaughlin. Manfoot back to Zach Martin. Zach Martin has time to try to find a target for her, but misplays it, goes right to Bobby Ross. Ross finds Brian Knapp, plays a long searching ball forward to Cicerone. O'Callahan lets the ball run. Semple clears away. Here's Tagaloa now with space to run. Touch is a little bit too long. Turns into a 50-50 ball. Knapp keeps it, pokes it. It's won by Adam Mitchell, though. Oh, a nice ball slided through. Now here's Smart with Sodelor. Tries to find Riley Grant, but it goes to Manfoot. Manfoot overlapping run from McLaughlin. Great tackle by Brian Knapp. Zach Martin, though, is the first to it. Tries to run a give and go. No whistle. FC Buffalo darting the other way. Ross Cicerone tries to poke it through. Gets it back. Plays the ball into space for Berardi. Berardi, the clean look at that. A great save by Spencer Semple. That was a golden opportunity there for Chris Berardi, and a good stick-to-itiveness there from Russ Cicerone to, even after losing the ball, keeping possession, poking it through, and giving Berardi a good chance on goal. Cicerone leaves it for Mort, cleared away.
Yeah, that first pass, Cicerone maybe didn't make the right decision, but got another opportunity and played the right ball out wide, and great save from the Cleveland goalie.
Again, AFC Cleveland's goalie is Spencer Semple, who's on the Niagara Purple Eagles roster and has a chance. He only played, I think, 29 minutes last year for the Purple Eagles, but he's a guy who is getting valuable time this offseason, could maybe contend for a job next year.
Manfoot drifting centrally, but sticking to this near sideline and switching to the right for this second half.
It's the first sighting we've seen this year for Christian Lee Him. He's another UB player. One of the several Stu Riddle products on the team. Ball into Berardi. Berardi flicks it forward. Lee Him can't win the header. Now here's Manfoot. Pokes forward for Riley Grant. Riley Grant's got space to run at Liam Callahan. Plays the ball square for Sodelor. Sodelor, square for Manfoot. You're right about Manfoot drifting in centrally now more. Here's Manfoot with Tyler Allen closing. Manfoot slices inside. A good tackle by Jeff Thomas. Not enough to win it. Now here's space for Zach Martin down the right wing. Zach Martin plays Manfoot short. Manfoot tries to strike it first time and goes over the net. 79th minute. A good chance there from Manfoot, and there's starting to be better chances coming from each side now.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of space in the FC Buffalo back line, pushing up and trying to, push for this winner. Canisius has got a lot of pace up front, Cleveland has enough. This thing is right in my face, so you'll have to excuse me, folks. But Cleveland has a lot of space to exploit on these on-rush encounters.
Here's Lee Him one-on-one with Vinny Bell, who's now playing in the back. Lee Him plays a dangerous ball into the area, cleared away by the omnipresent O'Callahan. Riley Grant tries a soft flick around Bobby Ross, but that doesn't work. Berardi possesses, pokes back to Callahan. Liam Callahan, a driven ball, tries to play it over Zach Martin's head, not enough height on it. Manfoot plays to Mitchell to Riley Grant. Now Chris Fairley one-on-one with Daniel Hunt. Hunt wins the ball, can't keep it in play though.
Yeah, Christian Lee Him, another quality attacker from Stu Riddle's program, able to play out wide or up top. A lot of good attackers from UB. I wonder if Austin Place was approached at all. A good central defender from UB, who I believe is from Texas, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're correct, yeah. A shove on the back. Looks like Bobby Ross was offended a little bit as he went into the air. The referee noticed it, and it's a free kick coming out for FC Buffalo.
But it's good to have that attacking rotation between Hansen and Cicerone, and obviously Ian Mort has the ability to play up top. Should be a good mix of looks for Coach Murphy's side this year.
And it'll get only deeper too with Bednarski and McFadden coming into the fold as well.
Absolutely.
And I've heard good things about Luke Elston. I don't know a lot about Luke Elston, but he has yet to show up on the roster. But we'll see if he makes an impact later on.
Mm-hmm.
Sadalor plays the ball square on the left now. Fairley plays back. Tommy Beck. Fairley again. Sadalor checking to him. Now veering off. Fairley tries to go through trouble. Brian Knapp's there to pick up the scraps and clear away. Vinny Bell still lingering back there. Looks like he's moved back to center back with Adam Mitchell now the lone striker. It's Tagaloa. Plays back to Bobby Ross. Ball played long forward in the direction of Christian Lee Him. Vinny Bell wins that one easily in the air.
As time becomes more of a factor, you're going to see a lot more of those long balls. Jeff Thomas with quite a crunching tackle there.
On Zach Martin, who's still slow to get up. It was a legal tackle.
To watch out for the Gingers.
Fans, a reminder to head to Mesquite after the game. Buffalo's only soccer pub, 1420 Hurdle Avenue, and your home for the World Cup. Mesquite, the official partners of FC Buffalo.
82nd minute, it is 1-1. Cleveland pushing forward now. Riley Grant going at the defense, plays the ball wide. Fairley has to wait a second for the ball to get to him. Driven and stopped by Cassis. Powerful shot right at the hands of Waleed Cassis, but there's enough pace on it where he can only punch it away for a corner.
Good shot stop. Very good layoff from Riley Grant to create that opportunity.
Out swinging corner kick here from Chris Fairley on the left wing. High lofted ball towards O'Callahan, headed away by Bobby Ross. Manfoot plays wide to McLaughlin. Bobby Ross wins that one too. Plays in the direction of Lee Him. Lee Him loses Martin now. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Lee Him cuts inside. Berardi wisely goes to his left. Lee Him plays the ball outside of him. Berardi still has possession. Berardi in with his left foot. Wide open at the back post. Cicerone almost gets a chance, but smart Sadalor there to poke it away at the last moment.
A little bit much from that initial ball from Lee Him, but it still created the opportunity for Thomas in the corner. Just couldn't find a connection in the box.
You can tell Chris Berardi thinking about that play very well, motioning for Christian Lee Him to go inside so he can make the overlapping run to create space. You're right about Lee Him weighting the ball a little bit too heavily, but it still led to a really quality opportunity. The ball actually, when it was played across, missed two blitzers on the way through. Tyler Ellen's corner, in-swinger deep into Semple's box. Bobby Ross goes up for it, can't win it. He's whistled for a foul, however. Russ, if we have a minute now, can you tell us a little bit about the Buffalo Soccer Council?
Sure. Yeah, it's an organization I'm involved in. It's an advocacy group for the game locally. We helped put on the Winter Cup at Fleurius this past February at Delaware Park, and we've got a lot of cool plans for the World Cup, as well as just general advocacy within the community with great soccer programs like Westside Soccer and Yemen Soccer, and a lot of great participants who are really giving their time and effort to make what we're doing with soccer in the area much better in terms of acting as a whole and trying to move the game forward as much as possible.
Against the Erie Admirals.
Yeah, if you want to check us out, it's www.buffalosoccercouncil.org.
Thank you for today's tremendous
Buffalo SC on Twitter.
Val Doppenberg enters the game. He's another Point Loma player. He checks in for Brian Knapp. Doppenberg wears number 4. Plays a bit of a deep-lying center mid-role. It's very similar to Knapp, which is presumably why he replaced him.
Like you said earlier, Ben, Brian Knapp, you want to preserve his legs for the season, make sure he's ready to be a starter all year long.
I'm surprised he went 85 minutes tonight, especially after, I guess he only played 55 or 60 against Erie, but...
Right.
Berardi lets the ball run. Cicerone plays the ball towards Lee Him. Lee Him tries to head the ball down to some blitzers, but he doesn't quite direct his header in the right direction. And Semple has the ball, throws it out wide.
Leaham, another one of Buffalo's Canadian contingent with Waleed assists.
Number 19, Ryan Minnick, has entered the game for AFC Cleveland. He's an out-and-out striker for sure. There's Val Doppelberg, plays short ball to Jeff Thomas. Jeff Thomas racing down the touchline. Looks like he has a step on Zach Martin. Plays the ball inside. There's Leaham, finds Cicerone. Cicerone pokes the ball to Berardi. Cicerone dashes to the outside. Taken away by Tommy Beck. Good ball by Doppelberg. Hits Cicerone down in the right wing. One-on-one with Beck. Cicerone dragged down. Play on. Ball is cleared out. I think maybe FC Buffalo would have preferred the free kick in that instance rather than the play on.
With all these substitutes coming on, a little bit tough to maintain that cohesion and communication on the field. So 87th minute here. Don't have Brian Knapp for the throw in, but we're going to see if Buffalo can't get it in the area and get a head on it.
It's Bobby Ross's deep throw goes long out of play.
He's got the length, not the distance, or the accuracy rather.
87th minute, 3.5 to go plus stoppage time. 1-1 between FC Buffalo and AFC Cleveland. It's hard to convince me right now that FC Buffalo would be content with getting just a point from this one.
No, I don't think so. You're at home. You're coming off that high of beating Erie for the first time. Cleveland's coming off a first road game, and this is their second in a couple days. You feel you want to really give the home fans a show and at least a win. So
here's Riley Grant stepping into a dangerous area again. He's got Asadolor with him, plays the ball wide to Manfoot. Manfoot one-on-one with Tyler Allen, plays the ball back to Grant. Grant with a cracked goal, it goes over, and that is going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, luckily for Buffalo, Cleveland's shooting boots haven't really arrived in town yet. A lot of opportunities between Grant and Manfoot within the Buffalo third. A lot of good combination, a lot of speed. Just can't keep their shot down.
O'Callahan wins from Jeff Thomas, but there's Tyler Allen again. Plays Christian Leaham. Leaham's heads up, finds Jeff Thomas. Jeff Thomas, good ball to Doppelberg, who turns to the outside. Smartly plays Daniel Hunt on the right wing. Hunt to Berardi. Berardi tracks back, facing goal now. Poked away by Chris Fairley, and it's going to be a Cleveland throw-in. Well done by Chris Fairley to win that ball away.
Smart little switch by Doppelberg there.
Deep throw forward, brought down by Asadolor, but Berardi's there defensively. Tries to poke the ball back, but Asadolor gets it. Now Tagaloa to Doppelberg. Doppelberg to Tyler Allen. That's a 3-point Loma players touching the ball in a row. Jeff Thomas plays back to Liam Callahan. Sees a long ball, Leaham and O'Callahan. O'Callahan heads straight up. There's a foul on Leaham. Not sure there was an attempt to play the ball from Leaham. If it was, he may have gotten a little bit too much body on it.
Yeah, it's about a fair call.
1 minute remaining in regulation. We'll have probably very minimal stoppage time. The only stoppage time I can see is maybe for the substitutions, but there haven't been any cards second half and no goals second half.
Yeah,
so.
3 minute stops, you'd have to think.
Yep. Here's Leaham. A lot of Cleveland defenders back, however. Jeff Thomas plays Tyler Allen. Tyler Allen sees Val Doppelberg running into space. Doppelberg on O'Callahan. O'Callahan's forced to sky the ball away from danger. Doppelberg has Tyler Allen. Can Allen serve this ball into the box? This cross is left wanting, however. 20 seconds remain on the clock. We'll see if the fourth official holds up a sign for stoppage time. Unfortunately, we do not go to overtime here in the NPSL regular season. Berardi plays Lee Him. There's Tagaloa, who skies the ball in the direction of Jeff Thomas, lets it run. Here's Cicerone. We're into stoppage time
There
now.
will be 2 minutes of stoppage time.
We've got 2 minutes, as you could hear PA announcer Nick Mendola and also co-owner Nick Mendola say.
And bus driver.
And bus driver Nick Mendola.
You know, even if this does end up in a draw, 4 points from the opening weekend is a good result for FC Buffalo. Good position to be going into the second weekend of Great Lakes play.
FC Buffalo trying to push for one last chance on goal. Jeff Thomas pokes away. Riley Grant's there. A lot of good pace and speed from Riley Grant. He's got it all apparently. Away from danger, past Tagaloa. Riley Grant lays off for Minnick. Minnick plays back to McLaughlin. McLaughlin switches wide. Here's Manfoot on the right wing, one-on-one with Tyler Allen. Serves the ball across and it sails out of play. Not the ball that Antonio Manfoot wanted to play there.
One last move forward for FC Buffalo likely here.
Cassis' goal kick. One out of the air by McLaughlin is Asadolor. There's Chris Fairley. Fairley picks out Asadolor with space on the left wing. He'll dribble right at Bobby Ross. Plays the ball square for Riley Grant. Has a crack at goal and it's over.
I think Cassis got a touch on that.
Cassis did get a touch on that, but that was a great strike by Riley Grant.
Even better save.
I think this will be the last set piece of the game, Russ.
Yeah, this 2 minutes, probably the last play of the game.
Yep. It's going to be Manfoot who's going to take the corner. The left wing, Russ Cicerone, stands right on the yellow line. Ball's driven into the box. Cassis punches, the ball is bouncing around, and that's the end of the game. Cleveland pressing hard at the end. Riley Grant almost got a toe on that corner kick.
Final score, AFC Cleveland 1, FC Buffalo 1. A reminder, our next home game is June 1st at 5 p.m. here against the Erie Admirals. Thank you so much for coming out.
As you heard here, that's
Your
a draw.
Rich's product man of the match will be the men of the match today for Buffalo, number 10, Bobby Ross, and number 1, Waleed Cassis.
Cassis and Bobby Ross, the two men of the match, according to PA announcer Nick Mendola. But that's a 1-1 draw here for FC Buffalo. 4 points from the weekend. Not too bad. 3 against Erie, 1 from Cleveland. We'll take it, Russ. Any last impressions?
Yeah, no, it was a solid outing, I would say. Cassis really literally saving the game in his hands with that last effort by Cleveland. So, each side had hit posts. Each side probably could have had a couple more goals. So I think both will come away with a draw as a acceptable result.
Thanks for joining us here on WNYmedia.net. I'm Ben Sujimoto, joined by Russ Andolina. We'll be back on June 1st, where FC Buffalo hosts the Erie Admirals here at Dembski Sports Complex. We'll talk to you then.